Greetings to you and God's blessings once again. I want to make a video this day about something which is truly vitally important for us as Christians, as people who want to experience God and want to pursue that which is most important to God. This ties in especially with those who are perhaps even looking for a place to worship, but it exceeds that realm altogether. And I want to talk about the very presence of God. And I'm looking at a passage here. I'd like you to look with me in the second book of the Bible, Exodus, in the 33rd chapter, Exodus 33, where Moses is now encouraged to move on. They're wandering through the desert, he and the people. They've left Egypt. And this is what is said. And he said to him, "If your presence," that's Moses talking to God, "will not go with me, do not bring us up from here. If your presence will not go with me, with all the people of Israel, do not bring us up from here. For how shall it be known that I have found favor in your sight, I and your people? Is it not your going with us, so that we are distinct, I and your people, from every other people on the face of the earth?" Isn't this what makes us so unique and so special? The fact that you are with us, says Moses to God. And isn't that the case for all of us? Isn't this the thing that stands out, spiritually speaking, more than any other thing in our lives? That we have the presence of God in and around us. This is the distinct quality. Now let's again think about visiting a place of worship, and we're not sure where to go, and we're not sure if we want to even stay at a particular place. Ask yourself this question: is the presence of God in this place? We decide whether or not to attend a certain church, become a part of it, oftentimes because of the programs and the things it has to offer us. It's a very self-centered approach much of the time, let's be honest with ourselves. Whether we're single, whether we're married, whether we have kids, we're looking for something, some things that the church has to present to us, and that is our measurement for deciding whether or not we can continue or become a part of some kind of church. The same is true with even seeking spiritual experiences and knowledge and understanding and growth. We think, if I could learn more of the Bible, become more biblically literate and educated in the things of God, if I could just see something of God, if I could just know that God is real, for some that are doubting and not sure, perhaps that's you. I don't know what to think. If I could just have some kind of confirmation, some kind of perhaps even miracle, if God would just answer this certain prayer of mine, then I would know things are right. But this is what, again, is most important, as Moses makes it extremely clear here. If your presence is not there, he's saying, I don't want to go any farther. If I don't have that, this is the indispensable thing. If I don't have you, if you are not with us, then we're just like everyone else. You see, if you don't have God's presence, listen, if you don't have God's presence with you, you have nothing. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul, said Jesus. What does it matter if I have all the accolades, if I have all the friends, if I have all the things I really want, What does it matter if I haven't got Christ? What does it matter if I have all the titles and all the recognition and I've accomplished all the things I wanted to accomplish? You know, we talk about bucket lists, and I've done all these things that I set out to do. If I haven't now currently the very presence of God in my life. Well, someone might say, well, what is the presence of God? Well, it's ineffable, which is to say, you can't describe it. But you know it's real. And you know it when you're with someone who has the presence of God about them. Now, it doesn't say, I'm not saying they're perfect people. I'm not saying that, they do not have flaws and they don't have some ideas and some traditions and practices and things. I'm not saying that all that is correct with them. I'm simply saying, when it's all said and done, that's a man of God. That's a woman of God. And you can say, with this church, I don't agree with this. I don't like the way they do that. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't agree with this, and I don't agree with that. And I wish they would do this. But I know that there's something about this church, and that something, capital S, is really a someone, and that's God himself. The divine presence of the Lord is non-negotiable. That's what I say. Non-negotiable. It's not up for discussion. That's what Moses is saying, isn't he? He's saying, if we can't have some kind of guarantee that you're going to go with us, you've led us out of Egypt, you've parted the sea, you've given us your law. Now, if we don't go beyond this point with you, I'm not going any farther. Is that what you're seeking after at this point? Is that what you're wanting? Are you wanting some experience? Are you wanting some kind of confirmation? Are you wanting some kind of entertainment? Are you wanting something that draws attention to you? Or are you wanting him? What did John the Baptist say? He must increase, Jesus, but I must decrease. God has to step to the foreground. We have to recede to the background. Be sure, if you're sure of nothing else, that the presence of God is right there with you. This is vital.